experience through the early part of the game, just the start, not even the early part, just the beginning of the game, has been lost forever. I mean, I have the audio, but the video is completely worthless. So here we are again, because this is Lies of P. As if you didn't already know. Now, as I said, I've already been through all of this, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I'm probably just going to be... Wait until you see. I've spent the last 4.5 hours testing all manner of combinations of settings, and all in an attempt to make sure that the encoder wouldn't just suddenly have an aneurysm and completely ruin the entire recording. If any of you have tried to record anything, you'll know what I mean. If not, consider yourselves lucky, blessed even. But for now, let's move forward.
I see they got Jiminy too. But we have to hurry. My name is Sophia. Please come to Hotel Krot, and I'll explain what's happening. Jiminy, please escort him to the hotel.
See, and I had this whole spiel about... Hold on, This is for the belt, for those of you who haven't actually seen this somehow or played the game yourself for some reason. This is your equipment belt. You have an upper belt, a lower belt, and then I think if you hold X, you have a bag that you can equip 4 items to. You can see it there in the picture. The bottom row, those are the items in your bag. It's really simple. And here they go on about the extra bag. I haven't had to use that yet. I will go ahead and admit another thing to you. I didn't actually realize that this item that's currently highlighted in red was the grinder that you use to repair your weapons. It had been sitting there and I was wondering, like, how am I supposed to fix these weapons once they're effectively useless? I had no idea.
Let's get you out of there. Find something that might help.
So, again, I've been playing this game for around 4.5 hours, closing it every now and then just to, prevent any memory leaks. Love those. Why is... when you normally start the game, this is closed. Also, another thing I spend my time doing...
The streets are not safe. Arm yourself with one of the weapons over there. It'll be helpful on your way to the hotel.
Another thing I spent my time doing, especially early on, was messing with the save folder for the game, because I knew I would have to restart if and only if I could find a way to prevent the encoder from becoming overloaded and ruining footage. To that end, I copied the folder, made sure that things would actually save to it, and when I changed the folder, for example, having a different piece of equipment from another save, so I could tell if there were any actual differences or if it was just making it up, or worse, pulling the information from the cloud and therefore the folder was completely redundant. I had to run tests with that as well, so that contributed to the time. Now, originally, I originally I argued with myself over what I should go with. Balance was really never on the table. It was either Path of the Sweeper or Path of the Bastard. And if you guys have seen, so many good things I said that I really don't want to repeat. But in the last time I recorded this, I started talking about Steel Rising. If you guys haven't seen that game or heard of it, it's on the channel and it's probably going to be at the end of the video. So you can just click on the playlist and it'll take you right to it. It's a really good game too. Right. So last time I chose Path of the Bastard. I'm just going to choose Path of the Sweeper for now, just so I have something different to do. The difference is not really going to matter because once we get back to where where the last video left off, that's where I'm going to end this save, pause the video, technically just cut out the in-between stuff for you guys, so it's just a snap of the fingers and we're on to the next bit. But I'm just going to move back to my original save. And thank God that the developers gave you save slots. I was trying to figure out how to put that. I was going to go with files, but it's not really descriptive enough. They gave you multiple save slots. I think it said 11. Oh, and another thing. I cannot play this game. Oh, the door's closed now. Remember, I made a big deal about it being open, but it's closed, and now it's open. Again. Where was I? I was talking about... a couple of things. What specifically was it? Nope, I've got nothing. Maybe it'll come to me later. So, we're off to this hotel, and last time I made this comment about how... Right, it's a heavy weapon, I forgot. Last time I made a comment about how we barely even know this woman, but we're going to meet her at a hotel. It was it was hilarious. It was a very good joke. Wait, I just saw this guy. Whoop. Man, I am not used to this weapon. Stop that. So, it was a very good joke. Very good joke. Well delivered. The best. You hear me? The best. But, I mean, I could go through the trouble of, inserting the audio, but do you guys even really care about that? Of course you don't. So, I'm just going to leave it at that. Hey, bud. Oh! During my stint trying to make sure the game would work before I started recording, during my stint, I learned a few interesting things. One, the game really, really relies on blocking, especially the perfect guard. If you perfect guard, you get a red flare to indicate that it happened. But the best part about it is, oh, it's closed. That's going to be annoying. So the best part about it is, well, aside from the fact that you don't take damage, I think. I'll have to test it. We'll find someone to pick on. Guard, I'm talking about the guard now. I do need to remember to not skip those though, because I do want to see if there's some specific information about when you die and lose your ergo. And I want to see, because if I'm not mistaken, it said that if you die and drop your ergo, on your way back to it, if you get hit by an enemy, your dropped count decreases, which is interesting, I suppose you could say.
You cannot see the dark. Switch them on and gently will light away.
Bop! Right in the stomach. Wow, there is a lot of delay on the recovery from that. What the frick? He was not there. Yep. Wait, isn't... Yeah. At least I hope it's actually open. That'd be awkward. See, last time I said a whole bunch of clever things. Oh, I remember what I was talking about now. See, I told you it would come back to me. Last time I said a whole lot. Well, I thought the item just disappeared. A whole lot of clever things, and I'm so sad that, one, I no longer, feel those things to be said, because all of this isn't new to me. And it's a shame you guys don't get my first impressions and the dumb little quips that I make. But what can you do? We've got a guy down here. I will say, all the way up to the boss I've seen before, but it was so long ago that it really has no bearing on anything as far as my experience goes. I barely remember what the boss looks like. And even what I remember is just a shadow, not so much any actual details. Right, I need to also do the guard thing, but the thing I was going to tell you about before, you'll probably notice the graphics are a little grainy. That's not some sort of effect I did in editing. That's because I cannot play this game without using the DX11 command. Oh, yeah, and I just remembered the other thing I learned that I completely forgot to tell you guys about. But I'll hold on to that. Oh, frick. Because without the DX11 command, all I get is a fatal error trying to start a new game. I was on the verge of actually refunding the game, assuming that I even could. Now, for the other thing that I learned in the 4 hours I ran around in the same area doing what you do when there are enemies there. I learned that enemy spawns are completely random. I mean, it's random to like within 3 separate patterns, where enemies will and won't. Yeah, I was going to say will not, then won't. There are 3 separate patterns for where enemies will spawn. Like, this guy is, I'm assuming, fixed. Hey, bud. I forgot what my dodge button was. Really? He has range. In this game, guarding is far more important than dodging, because if you get hit while you're guarding, you get that health back. If you get hit while you're dodging, because you goofed it, you lose that health for good. See right there how my health has that faded red portion? I knew it was a sweep. I know what to do when they sweep. I did not do it. Nah, I probably shouldn't. I also have not done a lot of damage to this guy. Ooh, those dodges were nice. Oh, right, I forgot about the Fable thing. I don't know what I don't remember what it's called. The blue bar lets me use abilities based on the blade and handle of the weapon. But I don't know what these abilities do. I know the one is an attack, and I guess the other one is for guarding. I know I'm probably going to eat dirt here. Yeah. Because I was guarding when I hit the triangle button. So rather than doing an attack to get the health back that I lost, I ate the floor. Well, first I used some sort of a guard or parry thing. And now if I try to run through here, I have to do it without taking any damage, which isn't too difficult. It's just I almost took a hit there. I should have gotten some other stuff by now. Yeah, there it is. Let me actually change my weapon because I'm actually familiar with the way this one works. All of that stuff is just, bonus DLC that just comes with the game. No way on earth was I going to splurge for a deluxe edition. My budget barely has room for this game in the first place. Ooh, I almost got hit. But yeah, guarding is far more valuable in this game than dodging. This was not here last time. I remember that. See? No, these guys were here last time. Well, this guy in particular. I remember the other two were there. That's why it was there, because I had already opened the shortcut. Oh, I am so glad I did that. I can't sneak up on that guy and do a backstab. Backstabs are a thing in this game too, but the enemy that you usually practice it on did not spawn. Gotta manage my stamina since I'm using a heavy weapon. That, what you just saw was a perfect guard. And, as a result, perfect guards, enemies in this game can stagger. There isn't any tell as to when it's going to happen, but it does happen. As a result, like they show here, you can hold for a charge. Well, charge attacks also help contribute to the stagger as well. I should mention that first. Of course, those leave you extremely vulnerable, so, pick your moments. Once they're staggered, though, that's what it is. Fable Arts. That's what the special attacks are called. Anyway, once the enemy is staggered, you can follow up with a backstab, but to their front. And it does, a lot of damage as you would expect. Interestingly, though, once they are staggered, the white bar itself doesn't indicate that they're staggered. It just indicates that they are right about to be staggered. And all you have to do is hit them with a charged attack to trigger it. And then once you do, it's actually better DPS to do another charge attack and then follow up with the execute attack, I suppose. Ooh. And then, here, face a staggered enemy and press R1. You can also do the fatal attack on them from behind if for some reason you end up back there. Just so we're clear. Oh, I also remembered the other thing that I learned that I was on the way to telling you about and didn't. But let me finish this fight so I can focus. And that right there is what I wanted to show you guys, or what I was telling you about and managed to show you. When an enemy is staggered, you can follow up with another charged attack, and then go for the fatal attack to boost your damage output, and nobody hates that. Except the enemy, of course, but it don't matter. Oh, right, we picked up a thing. Actually, not here, but here. Fence parts. We got a new frame that increases our physical damage reduction. I don't think that applies to when we're guarding, though. I mean, it applies, but it's not specific to guarding. That's with some of the other equipment. I guess I could show you guys that stuff too, just so we're covering all of the intro stuff. I don't know what amulets are for. Are for, do. So we also have an old generation converter. It's an appendage part that increases the attribute resistance of puppets. We have a cartridge prototype that applies to puppets' circulatory systems, apparently, and can enhance resistance to special ailments. Then we have the Union Certified Liner. I've got nothing. No jokes, nothing. It reduces physical damage. He can also apparently change his arm. I'm going the wrong way. I don't need the ergo. Doesn't matter at all. Well, I kind of do, since we're going to be fighting our way back to our old save. Last time I did this, I did not realize I needed to go through this door, and I ended up going back through and mauling everyone again. I do love to farm though, so. Ah, this looks familiar. Probably because I've been here for 4 hours. That is what's known as a stargazer. You use stargazers for fully recovering HP and stamina, as well as charging your pulse cells, which you use to heal yourself. I don't really think I need to go over that, since I did use them during the fight with that mini-boss, but, you know, just so we're doing the first episode thing. So we've got multiple enemies in this area. The first time I played this, a certain enemy type did not appear whatsoever. So I was completely confounded when they showed up the second time I came through this area. See, it's not even appearing now. And I find that amazing. Like, I cannot remember a game like this that has had random enemy spawns. And enemies that sometimes just don't appear until your second time through. And not even through the game, just through the area. That's crazy. So I will say that, granted, I didn't actually realize what was going on last episode. Or, you know, last time. Right, I did not see that guy there because... Okay. Fable arts. Weapons have distinct blades and handles that each have their own fable art. Fable arts use up fable slots, and different fable arts use a different number of slots. Charge fable slots by attacking enemies with weapons. And, oh, another thing I learned is that fable arts charge much faster off of charged attacks, regardless of whether it's heavy weapons or light weapons. Of course, the difference can be changed because weapons apparently have different values for how much fable energy, or whatever you want to call it, that they gather per attack. For example, this, where is it? Fable charge. Wait, that might be... No, surely not. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know how... If charge were to mean the capacity for the fable bars that you put the energy into, 478 doesn't make sense for that, because there are only 3, and it would be easiest to just have the value of the 3 be 100 each. So that fable charge right there would mean, if that's what it meant at all, that I would have 4 bars up to, 4 bars and about 3/4 of another one, which makes no sense. So I don't understand how that actually applies to anything. Well, now I'm just confused and sad, a little lonely, very hungry, even though I don't actually feel the hunger. I haven't eaten since I got up, which was 7 hours. Nope, not 7. About 6 hours ago. I think it was 7:30 when I started recording. Oh, right. And the other thing I learned is that at least for certain enemies, you can break their weapon. Hey, I need to show people things. Wait. Alright. There we go. Notice the candlestick holder that he was using as a weapon is now half as long as it used to be. Got that tracking attack. As you can see here on the ground next to me, I broke his weapon. That's apparently, well, there's another enemy that it might work on. I haven't been able to break its weapon yet because, one, literally only one of them spawns on this map, and with the random spawns being the way they are, you sometimes just don't see the guy. I think there are more enemies over here. Oh, there's one. So, on your first time through this area, ow. On your first time through this area, one of these might not even spawn here. It'll literally just be all of these guys. But on your second time through, these guys will be everywhere. So we've got another guy over here. See, I've played this before and the grinder thing would have come up. I said, and it was up there for a long time. Somehow, last time I tried to record this, I never saw that. So I never even thought to look for a grinder. Oh, actually, I do remember seeing it. I saw it and I thought to myself, where is it? Like, I was expecting it to be some sort of a fixed asset like the Stargazer. Like, I'd have to run around the map looking for a grinder and then, you know, grind. So this is the shortcut. You can tell the game's a little confused because I've done all of this already. So it's like it wants the door to be open badly, apparently, but we're not quite there yet. Oh, so the active shooter has appeared. Wow, the combo for that weapon. This weapon is not comfortable. Actually, I do want to see its Fable art, though. Come on. So how does perfect guard work? I mean, not perfect guard, but... Hold on, let me... Ooh, that is slow. So... This... Not this one. This. It's absolute defense. Come on. I need to test. No, I took damage. absolute defense just provide a greater window for perfect guards? Because the window for that thing is, it's not so tight that it's imperceivable, but it's so tight it's really easy to get it wrong. Shut up. Just look at this guy's shirt. If you were to access the Stargazer, he would completely dry off. And then over time, his clothes would just soak through again. That's actually really cool. If I were able to actually run this game on the graphics settings it was meant to have, it's not like our settings are that bad. They're currently on medium. And they're only on medium because at high and... No. At best and high, there are frame rate issues. I mean, some of that might have had to do... We can go around to get that. Some of that might have had to do with me running unlimited frame rate at the time. And then we have this tidbit here, Fury attacks. Some enemies become red and use a strong attack called a Fury attack. You can't dodge or guard Fury attacks, but you can counter with a perfect guard. I don't know if you can stagger enemies out of it, though. That's one thing I haven't been able to learn, because when I see them glow red, and really there's only one guy here that does, and he hasn't spawned. See, last time I came through here and I got that message, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, well, thinking out loud, what about the Fury attack? Who is supposed to be using it? Where are they? Because I didn't know about the random spawns. So basically I got that notification and expected there to be a fight that never came. So I'm sitting here scared out of my mind at all times until I reached the next Stargazer. Oh, he just appeared. Well, thanks for missing, I guess. I actually do want to see if I can break this guy's weapon. Dang it. Went to get health back and lost it anyway. Overhead. Now his weapon glows red. Oops. His weapon glows red when you land the perfect guard. So I assume that means that it's taking damage and it's going to break eventually. I don't want to attack because it's slow. Dang it. Overhead. Dang it. Mind you, they said you can't dodge it, not that you can't dodge out of its range. Gotcha. And it's broken. I don't want to see how much damage he does, though. Ow. You can also use charge attacks repeatedly in order to... I actually don't want this guy to get his health back. So you can also use charge attacks repeatedly in order to bring about the staggerable state and then stagger him, but again, that's just too risky. At least right now, I'm not that familiar with the game, even though as I've said before, played for 4 hours. And frankly, you would expect to be bored of the game, that you never want to see the game, this particular area, again after being here for 4 hours, but I could actually keep doing it. It's really fun.
This is called a stargazer. A marvelous device the stalkers used in the past.
I really did not access this.
Puppet threshold exceeds danger estimates. Please reduce puppet numbers or reset danger parameters.
As we are not strong enough to beat the puppets. But if I lend my power to this stargazer for a moment. Gather ergo, clever one. This stargazer will make you stronger. But the stargazer's strength doesn't last forever, so be careful with it. Hurry up and come to Hotel Krat.
Seeing if this had been the previous recording, I could have leaned into the whole she wants to meet at a hotel to get plugged by a bot, I guess, but missed opportunities, you know? But what can you do? None of this matters because we're going to be swapping to the other save anyway, assuming I haven't accidentally overwritten it. In which case I can actually fix that by just not closing the game, and then I could go mess with the saves. So there are options in case something screws up. More stamina would definitely be nice. And I actually want the damage. That'll do. I'm still not certain if I'm correct about the Absolute Guard Fable art. It's going to take a moment to get used to thinking about it in terms of its actual name. I'm not sure if that actually just has a larger perfect guard window or not. Like I said, those fill the Fable arts bars faster. So I prefer to actually use those on enemies like them. I do want to get rid of the shooter if he's spawned. We didn't go all the way through and unlock the shortcut either, so we have to do this the long way. Yep, those are in the game too, as you do. Gave him hepatitis. Alright. I forgot that thing attacks. Wow, I really could not hit it. Shut up. Oh, another interesting thing is that the longer you hold down the sharpening button, the faster it occurs and the more sparks it puts out. It's just an interesting little detail. I wonder how long I would have to stay here for him to spawn again, or if he'll spawn at all. I mean, last time we went all the way around the corner before he actually spawned in. Then we went back. I mean, it could be a case like the doors where they haven't. I don't want to say spawned in for the doors, but what other term am I supposed to use? But I wonder if it's the case. See, these crates weren't here a second ago. So maybe it is the case where things just aren't appearing for whatever. Wow. Oh. Yeah, so it's basically a guarantee perfect guard so long as they land in the window. Which is cool. Looks like we got a little extra healing off of that somehow. I don't think so, though. Gotcha. Hey, did he take damage off of the perfect guard? That's not the timing. Overhead smash. Dang it. I got it wrong again. Want that health back? Ah, it fills the health in. So that's what happened. Come on. Overhead. Nope. Mistimed it. I think I was too late. I'm trying to see if the perfect guard deals damage or not, but frankly, we're low on health, and we have no healing items, and I don't want to go all the way back to the Stargazer. He drops those every single time, too, so if you want to farm him for 4 hours he didn't pop up that many times, and I didn't stand around to wait to see if he would. Yup, he's here too. Oh, he's really just going to stand there. Dodge and weave! Also during my first try at recording this, I kept spamming the circle button trying to pick things up, and I have no idea why. I knew it was X. It would show that it was X, but I would still press circle. Oh, you can also jump, but you have to do it while sprinting for some reason. Ow. Shut up. Now, someone fired a shot at me that broke a crate. I heard the shot fired. I've never used that urgent repair tool. There's a dog down there, but I don't really care about it or what it's That is just... This is unnerving. There we go. Or what it's guarding. So...
A powerful parade puppet is blocking the entrance, and that's the only way in. So please, be careful.
Also, notice how there's nothing over here in this area other than these smudged... Never mind, he appeared. I was hoping to get this Stargazer activated and use it before he spawned in. Because last time I played through here, he didn't. And then I went all the way back through for whatever reason. And then when I came back here, the guy was here, and I was no less than surprised. But, oh, actually, hold on. I was going to end the video, but we have to swap to our other save. So, I'm going to do that really quickly, and I will see you guys in, frankly, no time at all. Alright. Welcome back. We are on the wrong side of the map, but that's fine. This is where I stopped my testing. As you can see in the upper right hand corner, by the way, I don't know if I remember how to do the effect of zooming in on that, but it's fine. As you see in the upper right hand corner, I have currently 14,000 ergo. That's what 4 hours gets you. Also, I almost lost it twice. I say almost, I died twice, and then I had to go back and get it without getting hit. I got hit once on the second one, after the second time I died. That's all. So I actually want to just skip these fights entirely. We've already done them, you've already seen them. No reason to go over that again. Also, considering how long I've been here, I'm about ready for something fresh. Nope. You are not about to tell me that. You are not about to tell me that this is not open. You are a liar. You are lying. This recording has been borked in more ways than one. Nothing can be done about it, we'll just go around. See, the shooter isn't here, but I'm not entirely sure that isn't because he hasn't loaded in. Oh, I was trying to see what was something I thought was on the floor when it was actually just the tassel on this glaive. God, that has some good sound. That's some good freaking audio for a weapon swing. Yeah, he's really not there. Oh, another thing, just you guys may have noticed it at some point. Enemies do heal. They basically work the way you do, except without guard. So if you hit them, it'll leave a faded red chunk of their health bar, and if they hit you, they get that health back. So, you know, since this box is here, I can only assume Guy would be here too. I'd like to wait for it, but not that much. The shooter isn't here, so we can just keep going. It's just the one dog. Usually it's the dog and two of these other guys. The two things that appear on the steps here aren't here either. Also, why? Oh, now the gate has spawned in so I can go through. Thanks for nothing. We'll wait for Buddy over here. Actually, we could go ahead and see what he has to offer once he spawns. He's in. Come on. You're almost there. There it is. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's play hide and seek. We'll count to 3. 3. I guess not. I wanted to see what the guy had for sale. Oh, there he is. Finally.
Hello there.
Maybe it's lag?
Welcome to Krot, visitor. I didn't think there were any stalkers left to fight the puppets. You didn't hear? Figures. The whole organization fell apart. All that's left are wannabes and amateurs who think they can fight on their own. You ought to buy something while you're at the festival. You can't rely on yourself alone.
Ah, that reminds me. The part back at the train where there were the weapons that we had to choose, and whoever the voice is that wants us to meet her at the hotel, she basically said what was the equivalent of it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Or take one of these, something along that line. And I made a big deal about that previously, and it was great. It was peak content, and I wish you guys could have been there, or that we could go back there, but here is where we are now.
Out here alone? You could use some help. Here's a festival gift for you. Now get yourself something useful.
I've got enough catalysts. I have so many Fable catalysts, actually. I can only carry 3, apparently, but I have so many of them. This is the balanced one. This is a different rapier. No, it's probably the same exact one. Temporarily imbues weapon with electric blitz. A special abrasive made by mixing electric blitz metal powders. Okay. Temporarily imbues a weapon with electric blitz. Wise stalkers are prepared to face any manner of variable that comes up in battle. Abrasives are another weapon that can turn the tide on the constantly shifting battlefield. I will only have 3. So I think I'll go ahead and splurge. Now let's see what we can do to our stats. I was considering I was toying with the idea of once we got here in the video, I was going to just commit suicide and lose the ergo so we could, start off on an even footing. But then I figured, no, I earned that fair and square. It's mine. I'm going to level up. And so we find ourselves here. I do want more stamina. I'm probably going to use heavy weapons more. Especially since at least the glaive that we have restores quite a bit of charge, quite a bit more charge than the rapier does with its charged attack. I do want my weight to be better. Jeez. There's so much ergo. Motivity, it's not our stat. Technique is our stat. Advance is resistance. I'm looking at this bar above here that says current ergo, and I don't understand. Does that mean I have 2300 in storage. I haven't accessed my storage before. I probably should. I doubt there's anything of interest in there. I will upgrade. I said I would upgrade vitality this time. Ooh. But it looks like we can. Let's check storage while we're here. So yeah, the usual stuff and a bunch of these. I would like to have more of them, but there it is. See, a bunch. These are actually what I have on me. Okay. So here in storage, we have 28 Fable charges. We can only carry 3 as far as I'm aware. Yeah. So that's fine. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us today. Hopefully I managed to entertain you while I stalled until we got back here. I figured it would be a lot faster than an hour, but I guess I gave you guys the full tour, is how I'll put it. And so, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back. And thank goodness I managed to figure out the frame rate issue with OBS, so we can be back with another episode. I was going to record Eiyuden Chronicle after this, so I'd have it ready for tomorrow, which is going to be Monday for me, and I don't even know what for you guys. I'm done thinking. But that's just not going to happen. I'm going to record it in the morning before I go to bed and set it up for editing for when I come back from work, and then I can just have that uploading while I'm asleep. It might not work. We'll see. Nevertheless, again, I hope you guys have enjoyed your time here and that you will come back. If you want, you could subscribe or leave a comment or a thumbs up, or you could do none of that. That is your choice. This is a free country type of channel. More or less. Nevertheless, we will be back with another episode on... This is going up Monday, so it'll be on Wednesday. If you're interested, it'll be here. And so with all that said, we will see you next time.